I want to welcome you back to the channel where we can all learn and grow together. As you see behind me, Mother Nature is trying to throw a little wrench in the program, and I apologize if this video is coming up late, but we're going to go ahead and try and press on, and we're going to do part 4 of the workbench build is coming right up. Okay, one thing I want to show you, and apologize if the video's kind of dark because the clouds and the sun's playing peekaboo, so it's probably going to interfere with the darkness and brightness of the video. But one thing I want to show you is the crazy amount of clamps I use just to make one cut. Now, this is not the most economical or the fastest way to do this. It is part of the slowest way. But it ensures, even though I'm using limited tools, it ensures still quality work. So I'm going to take you around here and try and zoom in and show you. I'm using these tires, which are free. And what I have done here, if I can zoom in. Sorry again for the darkness of the video, but right here I've used this clamp right here. I've used this clamp right here to clamp on the inside of this tire to hold this board right here. And then since I'm cutting two boards, these are two boards I've put together, they're not glued, but they're two boards I'm going to cut at the same time. I also put this clamp to ensure that it won't move, but also to ensure I got a clamp here with my straight edge right here, and then I got two clamps back here, so this board isn't going to be moving around on me while I'm trying to make my cut. That's one thing I found as a beginner woodworker, especially using a handsaw. Trying to hold the board steady and saw at the same time was very challenging and added an extra challenge to making a straight cut. So as a beginner, we don't got to worry about speed, and we don't got to worry about, you know, production quality because we're still learning. I feel it's better and more important to get it right before we get it fast. So right here I set my straight edge up again so it matches what the kerf in my saw, or the material my saw is going to take out. So this line that's right here, that's marked here, is still the 30 inches. I measured 30 inches and squared it up with my speed square. And so because I want to keep that at 30 inches, I got to allow the room that my saw blade is going to take away from the material. If I just cut right here on the line, then it's going to take too much material, and then from where I made the cut to the end of the board will no longer be the 30 inches. So it's very important to also plan for your saw blade how much material it's going to take away, so when you make your cut, you're going to also be able to keep the 30 inches that you originally set out to do. And again, this is so I could cut two boards at the same time and then set up again. So I'll go ahead and make these cuts all the way down the board, and we'll keep moving forward. And I also want to re-show this is, when you're sawing, it's a good idea to have your pointer finger pointing straight down, and also standing so you can see your line, but stand so your elbow and your hip lines up with each other, so you're not having to turn weird ways to make a straight cut. So keep your elbow kind of turned into your side and lined up with your side of your hip there, and it actually helps you cut straight. And you want to just ride the straight edge. Sometimes I still cut into my straight edge because of the way the teeth are, but you just want to ride the straight edge. You don't want to be forcing into it. You want to just use it as a guide as you want to cut. And also this saw blade cuts on the downstroke. You can use the backstroke to describe your line in as you're going to make sure you're cutting along the line the way you need to, but the actual cutting is on the downstroke. And a lot of the older saws, and I believe this one's the same way, is when you are going on the upstroke, it also helps clean your teeth out of the sawdust, and it keeps your saw blade performing good. So you can also hear this in the saw when after I scribe my line. I'm looking down just enough so I can see it's going across that line the way it needs to, but my actual cutting, and I'm just taking my time using small controlled strokes. I'm not trying to go all crazy. Cutting on the downstroke. Now I am going to have to turn my body here because I'm getting towards the end to hold this up. Another good idea is to have another table here. I don't have that advantage right now, but to have another table here to hold this piece up. And if you want to clamp it, that's fine too. But right now I'm going to have to reach over here, so my arm's going to hinder your visibility. But to keep this from splitting at the back, which it still did. But that helps give you even pieces and as close to straight cuts as possible. As you see right here, as close to straight as possible, even though you're cutting with a handsaw. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's doable. Yeah, I was wanting to show you here on this top. It's not actually fastened down yet, but what I'm wanting to show you here is how I'm going to laminate these layers together. Is if you can see right here, I got a 1x4 here that I also cut along with this 1x8, and when you put these together and you start, there's overlap to where you got these little T-joints in here, and you keep going down until you make one solid piece out of this, and laminate these two together like this, so you got this kind of overlapping here till it meets up, and then I got another 1x4 here. And that'll make a nice thick top for this workbench. So since it's kind of cold out here, I'm someone who don't mind working with the weather, but we're going to conclude this video. I'm going to get this laminated off camera, and I'll see you in the next video. And even though the quality of this might not be as good, I hope you still found value in this, and I hope you have a very good day, a very good week, and see you in the next video.